Hi guys, Han here, and today we are getting ready to go out. In fact, we're not getting ready, I'm already ready, but we're going out to celebrate Hoseok's birthday. Woo! I want to start by showing you guys my outfit for the day. First and foremost, the crop top from the Jack in the Box merch collection. We have this cute little cardigan that I made myself in BTS and TXT colors. We have this pin, which is from a shop that I cannot remember the name of right now, but I will put it on the screen for you guys. And then we have this little baggie, which is from my shop. This is actually a prototype, but I think it's going to be very close to the final thing. It's inspired by indigo. With that being said, let's go and have fun celebrating Hoseok's birthday. Now, when you guys come to visit Korea, one question I get asked a lot is how to actually find cafe events. So I'm going to share my two biggest tips with you guys. Tip number one is Twitter is your bestie. Even now, I honestly think this is the best way to find birthday cafes and other events like exhibitions. All you have to do is simply search one of these key phrases with the member of your choice and filter by latest, and you should be able to find a bunch of cafe postings. Each cafe event will have slightly different dates, so make sure to check, and some will require you to buy specific menus to get freebies, so ask the clerk if you're not sure. The one caveat is that the listings are typically in Korean, but with some basic Hangul skills, you can copy the address into Naver or Google Maps. The best part of this method is that it actually works for any other idol too. Tip number two is BTS specific, and that's by using the website btsroad.com. Hashtag not sponsored. Some amazing armies have put together this website that lets you filter by city and member, and though it's not 100% comprehensive, you'll typically still be spoiled for choice. Best of all, they also tell you the general area where the event is being held. Again, a little Korean required. And each page has the map links for Google, Naver, and Kakao Maps. I recommend planning in advance so you have a clear path of where you're planning to go on the day, and try to avoid going on the last day as some events tend to close early. Let's go. The first cafe on my list was a place called Cafe Seoul, or Little Garden, and just like the name, the interior was super cute. It's a bit hard to find because it's on an upper floor, but my goodness, there is nothing more magical than stepping out of the real world and into a place full of ARMY energy. As expected, the cafe was covered in Hoseok's photos from top to bottom, and they were even projecting his videos on the wall. But this cafe had something really special that I have not seen before. Recently, 4-cut photos have been trending in Korea, so I was a little surprised to see a photo booth with props for you to take your own photos for just $4. You best believe I took some photos, and they were cute as hell. Another cool thing was that you could get different freebies depending on the menu that you brought, and I got the blue side set, which came with a bunch of photo cards. And on top of that, the host was also actually there running a lucky draw. All in all, this cafe had a really chill vibe, but I think the only downside was that it was a bit small, so I felt bad staying too long because other people wouldn't have space to take pictures and sit down. If the first cafe was small, then I promise you the second cafe was anything but. Cafe buffering is actually held within a bigger 5-story K-pop fan space called Medium that fans can rent for free to host events like this. It was my first time visiting, so I had no idea what to expect, but I was honestly blown away. The first floor was a showroom space with photos of the current event, photo booths and MVs playing, and there was a little map telling you how best to enjoy the entire event, which gave off a sort of treasure hunt feeling. Starting on the 4th floor was a huge cafe space, which honestly, bravo to the host because she killed it with the decorating. There was a massive display as soon as you walked in, and the windows were covered with Hoseok's photofolio teaser photos, which just looked gorgeous with the sunlight pouring in. Yet again, the host was also there hosting a little rock, paper, scissors tournament, which was super funny, and they also gave us a lot of freebies for even the smallest purchases. On the 5th floor was a rooftop cafe area with tables and little pebble gardens, which personally is very much my aesthetic, so I was living. No one else really came up while I was up there because it was still winter at the time, but the sun was up, so it honestly wasn't cold at all. I noticed a few armies had left like little pebble messages with the members' names, so I had to join in with the fun and leave mine too. On my way back down, I noticed they had a K-pop album store on the 2nd floor, so if you ever want to buy any albums, you know where to go. And on the basement floor, they had this amazing exhibition space, complete with a photo zone and a projector. This was without a doubt one of the best cafe spaces I've ever been to during my time in Korea, and I honestly can see myself coming back every single time they have a BTS or TXT event. The final cafe of the day was a much more quaint affair, but still very aesthetic with the exposed concrete interior. I love the way the hosts seemed to match decorations to the interior of each of the cafes they were hosting at. Unfortunately, I did arrive when they were already taking things down, but I did have the opportunity to at least add my own little message to Hoseok onto a wall of notes from armies. Also, one of the benefits of glowing at the closing on the last day is that you get to go home with some of the decorations sometimes. Even though I only visited 3 cafes in total, when I got home I realised I had so much stuff. It was my first time going on a proper cafe tour in years, so I came home very satisfied. Of course, no birthday celebration is complete without cake, so I rounded off the day by watching Hoseok's birthday V-Live. I hope you guys have enjoyed running around Seoul with me celebrating Hoseok's birthday this year, even if this vlog was a bit late because of SM shenanigans. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more fun adventures in Seoul. Otherwise, this has been Han from the Haniverse. Thanks for stopping by.